Hello, everyone. My name is Ian Sorbello, and I'm a technical evangelist for Transmit Security. I'm really pleased to be able to join you today and talk to you about Passwordless for digital transformation. Passwordless by Transmit Security absolutely relies and implements the FIDO protocols, and we're big believers in FIDO as the forward driver for passwordless technology for both today and tomorrow. I wanted to very quickly talk to you about Transmit as the company and what we're about. We see ourselves at the forefront of delivering, the best standards around identity experience. Passwordless is a crucial component of identity experience, and we see FIDO as being the critical enabler to this means. FIDO, the FIDO Alliance, we are committed board members, so we've invested in the technology, we're active participants, and all of our technology is actually premised on FIDO to bring that passwordless experience both today and tomorrow. So I wanted to talk to you about how we can take FIDO and bring a passwordless experience into an even better posture, make FIDO even bigger than what it is. And we see that by using a different approach to the way with which we solve immediate passwordless problems. We start that by actually looking across the broader space of how customers use their digital applications today, what particular devices they use, how they actually approach apps, and also the way with which different businesses promote their applications across both web channels for desktops and handsets, including native versus basic web. So multi-channel for Transmit is a crucial enabler to bringing FIDO everywhere. Now, FIDO, as you may well know, is very specific to a domain or a lying party domain, and that means that you need to register for each and every one of those channels and devices that you use each and every time. Now, Transmit actually looks at this from a holistic view. So we see multi-channel support as being crucial. We provide FIDO enablers for, the web channel, the native channel, whether that's on desktops or laptops, Mac, Windows, iOS, Android, web or native on those mobile devices. And so it provides a holistic means of being able to bring all of these channels together and bring FIDO to bear across all of those different footprints. Now, we actually do that by implementing what we call a centralized network. So we actually provide FIDO as a service. So FIDO itself is implemented on the wire between a customer's handsets and your application, but the means with which we glue that together is based on the Transmit centralized network. So effectively, we're providing FIDO services provided by Transmit, and customers are actually authenticating to the FIDO endpoint that's supplied by us. Now, that of course means that as an integrator, you're integrating to the Transmit service. Transmit is providing all of the FIDO capabilities, so you don't have to even implement anything. You don't need a FIDO2 server. You don't need to do any of the web auth flows. You don't need to do any of those client to server pieces. That centralized network is there and automatic according to how we actually build the FIDO experience and enable that for you to just pick up as a service rapidly. The other angle that we take, of course, is that authentication is crucial in terms of an appless world. The reality is that we're all very used to having to download applications now. But at the same time, the web is a very crucial component for new customers and customers that aren't necessarily using the native experience. So whether you have an app or don't have an app, the Bind ID technology by Transmit Security implementing this FIDO protocol can be 100% appless. So you can capture users that haven't even downloaded your native experience. You can actually authenticate customers through your standard web channels, through their laptop using the fingerprints, Windows Hello. All of these concepts are actually available to you because we're actually enabling that experience across the different devices. We're aware of the software, the browsers, the platform, the hardware manufacturer. All of these things are baked into this network. So being appless is a crucial enabler to bringing this FIDO passwordless to all of your customers across all of your applications without having to do this work time and time again. And of course, we make this available through open standards. Now, of course, we're FIDO implementers, we're FIDO board certified members, but we also wrap this capability in OpenID Connect. So your integration to Transmit is actually enabled through OpenID Connect. That enables FIDO2 between your customers and their devices in your applications. And that's all done as a service. It's an open standards world. People know that. It's trusted. And in fact, from our experience as well, we're trusted by four of the five largest banks in the US. So we know that the technology is key. We're very trusting in the technology, and we see it as a crucial enabler for, taking passwordless into the future. Now, in terms of the technology, it's backed by a reason, and the reason is really better business value. The customer churn for older school methodologies like passwords and OTPs, it's just so much friction that you actually have customer churn because the identity experience is lowered. Forgotten passwords are a key problem. Forgotten passwords leads to locked accounts. Locked accounts require recovery. Recovery sometimes isn't possible. That results in call center flows. Very, very frustrating for customers. Frustrated customers will move to a better place if there's one out there. So if you're not doing the right thing by your customers, you will experience churn because they will go to a competitor that's going to give them a better experience. You need a frictionless, seamless, and consistent manner to authenticate each and every time. And so when you're taking passwords out of the equation, there's no passwords to forget, no passwords that you've forgotten result in no locked accounts. So the customer churn naturally goes down. When you have less customer churn, you're talking about a greater customer loyalty. So your customer loyalty now goes up because people are coming to your applications more. They don't have any blockers in the way. They're having a delightful experience with your identity experience. So they're naturally going to start having a delightful experience against your application. So now they're operating against what you're in the business for, which is the actual business function of your app. So returning customers will buy more products. Returning customers will sign up for more products. And of course, in terms of all of the different devices that your customers may use and all of the different channels that you may actually offer, you also then have to have this idea of natural ability to track who your customers are and where they are, so the personalization can occur. So whether or not you're just using your native app through an iPhone or they're coming in through your standard web channel, you will now have a very clear view of who's there, why they're there. We'll have the trust of that user each and every time consistently. So you can start to create, customized journeys, personalization, because you're getting that whole of identity experience across all of your different channels. And you can do that because you're no longer worried about specifically implementing passwordless in every channel, because Transmit's centralized network and bringing FIDO as a service can actually do that for you quite fast. Now let's look at some big statistics here, and it's, this is the real driver of why we're even doing this. I mean, the reality is that locked accounts is frustration. Frustration means less customers. If you can actually take passwords out of the equation, it results in less locked accounts and less credential resets, and that number is massive. It's like, almost completely eliminated. So passwordless is real, and it makes a lot of business sense to go there. In terms of customer satisfaction, well, good identity experiences result in great customer satisfaction. So 9 out of 10 people are going to enjoy and have an increased customer satisfaction around your specific application just by being, going to passwordless. And in terms of implementation, the question will be, well, how hard is this to do? And with the way with which FIDO can bring ease of use and simpler passwordless flows for your customers, it's actually quite easy to do. We see that an 87% reduction in time and cost to do these actual projects. So you can bring passwordless to your organization within weeks to months. This is really, really simple and a real game changer, because typically identity access management, programs of work can take years. And, we don't want to be in a position where it's going to take many years for us to bring passwordless on. You want it now, and you can do it now through our service-led FIDO capability. So we are at the summit over the 3 days. We have both English and Japanese speakers on hand at our booth. So absolutely encourage you to drop by and ask questions. We really do bring a new layer to what the FIDO experience is and the benefits of FIDO, and I'd love to be able to talk to you about that. We have some resources online as well. We've got the Bind ID white paper. So this is our passwordless technology. It's a 28-page document that talks all about the technology, all of the additional use cases that you can actually get from this as well. So it's not just about login, it's about recovery flows, it's transactions, it's all of these aspects of the whole life cycle. And we bring FIDO to bear across all of your different channels and how it works underneath the covers. And of course, do check out our Transmit website. There's a developer page there as well. So even if you want to code against it, I guarantee you, if you want to play with Transmit and get Passwordless running, 24 hours and you're up and running. So we've got all of our developer docs there. Do drop by and have a look and get your own sandbox up and running. The last thing I want to leave you with is, if you're thinking about passwords, lost passwords, forgotten passwords, stolen passwords, recovery flows, calling the call center, getting frustrated, getting locked out, think Transmit. And in fact, our entire ethos is around solving modern problems. A modern problem for today is the password, which just kills the experience. We're all about solving that. So when you think about all of those frustrations, we can help you. Would love to talk to you. Drop by our booth. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.